Hello, Mr. B here. Hey, I want to go over one of our body maneuver sections with you. This is the body maneuver section that's on for orange belt in the system, but good overall information. We're going to learn how to move on the ground and then how to get up from the ground if you find yourself on the ground. We're going to start from the ground and work our way up. So the first thing is called, I just use names that are easy to remember. I use snail, snake, and shrimp. And but we can go over more technical names if you like. First of all, we're going to start on the ground. We're going to start with the easiest one, which is the snail crawl. So the snail crawl is also called a recover position, because this is the position that we're going to recover from if I'm on the ground and a bad guy's here and I need to get up without getting kneed in the face or kicked or punched or something. So from here, this is my recover position, and the recover from here is to lift up and take this foot that's in the air and tuck it behind and bring it past your hand. I always try to have a triangle here just as a reference point when I teach it to people, and then when you get up, obviously your legs are going to be too wide and you're moving away from there, so you just go together apart, or what we would call a drag step. So that's your recover from the recover position. Right, so from here, right hand on the ground, left foot opposite, lift up, tuck this foot past the base foot, triangle, shuffle out. Of course, you can do that to the other side as well. Left hand, right foot, and shuffle out. That's what we call the recover from the recover position. So while we're in that recover position, if we need to, we can move. So when I'm in the recover position, I can move around. So we'll call this a snail crawl, right? Just because of the type of motion it is. I can move away, I can change direction, I can switch sides. Remember, it's opposite hand and foot, and then from wherever, whenever I get a chance, then I'm going to get up. And that's the recover position again. The next thing on the ground I call a snake crawl, and it's usually called a single hip escape, but snake is like a little bit like a sidewinder moving along the ground. So go through that. This time I'm going to be moving away from somebody who's on this side of me. And I've got my feet connected to the ground and my shoulder, not my head. And I'm going to lift my hip and move it back. Once I move it back, then I have to move my feet and my shoulder back as well. And I go middle, ends, middle, ends. So from the side, I'll go this way. Middle, ends, right? And of course we can go the other way. And that is your single hip escape, or what I usually call it at the school, the snake crawl. And then the third one is the shrimping, which is a double hip escape. Most people know the term as shrimping if you've done any kind of grappling, jiu-jitsu, anything like that. So shrimping is going to be when I'm here and I want to travel that way. So I'm going to do a hip escape on each side. I go to one side, and I always say I'm like the letter L, and then I'm going to be like the letter I rather, and then I'm going to be like the letter L. So I go letter I, other side, letter L. I, L, etc. I'll give you another angle on this. Hip escape, one side, feet and shoulder, just like the snake crawl, except I'm moving that direction instead of away from that direction. So there's my letter L, and then I straighten my body out and I go to the other side, double hip escape, and I come back. Okay, and you can travel with that double hip escape, shrimp. You can also travel with the snake, single hip escape, or the moving recover position, the snail crawl, and the way back to your feet in a self-defense art like what we're working on.